Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Today what we're going to do is set up my work planner for the last week in June. I believe it is the week of June 23rd. Yeah, let's get right into it. We are going to use Catchall Plan Summer Florals. I am setting up my time blocking section in my planner for June. So I will be using 3 markers from Tombow, well, 2 from Tombow and 1 from King Art. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do to wrap up the month. Now, technically, since I start my planning on Mondays, technically the week of June 30th would be the last week that starts in June, but it's really only one day. So this is going to be the last week that I decorate in June. I am really excited about it, and I pulled out the wrong insert because I am actually decorating my time blocking insert, not my content planner. So let me go back and pull my time blocking insert for the appropriate week. Here we go. Now we're ready to go. Okay, so time blocking, I use this for just really my work schedule, if I'm being honest with you. That's the main way that I use it. And it's a highly functional schedule. I use time blocking and color blocking, and you'll see as I put this spread together what that looks like. I am using some florals from Catchall Plan's Summer Florals, and then I have some ladies that I will use from Amazon, Temu, wherever we get them. So let's get started. I have chosen to use a set that's very bright and summery. The good thing about Catchall Plan sticker books is that most of them have coordinating boxes. Now these boxes aren't quite as bright as I'd like them to be to go with these bright florals, but that's okay. We're gonna make them work. But just the fact that they have coordinating boxes just makes things so much easier to plan, if I'm being truthful with you. Let me see if there are any quotes in here. I don't think there are any quotes, so I may have to grab some quotes from another book. Okay, let's just get into it. We're going to keep this fairly simple for this week. I always say that. And then it doesn't end up being simple. But let's see. Let's get started by putting a nice little corner floral. Love that. Since this is mostly florals, and I love florals. Florals are really my favorite decor, if I'm being honest with you. But since this spread is going to be pretty much florals and boxes, then we are going to stay with that look throughout. So let me go ahead and put a lady, because I'm going to put the lady over here on the bottom, but I do want to have some florals around her. So let's see the lady I want to use. I think I'm going to go with the lady with the yellow cardigan, long cardigan. Now these ladies are doing a mix of things. They're working, they're on vacation. None of them are very tropical. So I'm just kind of looking for one that has the color scheme, which is like yellow, pinks, and purples, without it being too obvious as a work picture. Oh, this is my work planner, so that would fit. So these pages just kind of repeat. You get 3 copies of each one. So I think this lady is going to be the best, primarily because of her shirt. So, okay, I think the lady with the jeans, she's kind of casual, so I like that. I just want to be fun, bright, and casual for this week. It's the end of June. Summer is here. We're getting into July, and everybody's going to be taking vacations and all that good stuff. So that's what I want to do too. And so I want to feel good and fun about that. All right, so I think if I put her here, I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom because I think I'm just going to sit her there. Have her lift it up a little bit. I am not great with layering, especially when I'm layering a paper sticker with a transparent sticker, but I am going to try. So that's why I didn't put her all the way down, because I just want to see how this looks together and where I could place this so that it kind of works. I think maybe at the bottom will be good. I think that's going to work. Okay. All right, that's not too bad. I like that. Let me go ahead and get this trimmed up. Take a moment to clean off some gunk from these scissors. Okay, and let me trim the other side. And I think she looks good, right? She has a smaller profile. Those ladies on those sheets, they all have a small profile, which can come in handy. So it is what it is. Okay, so I don't have a ton of florals to go in other places right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this scrap right here so that we have just a little bit more decor over there. I think I'll probably just go ahead and start doing some functional boxes. That way I'll know where I'm going to put, where I need to put the rest of my florals. So I'm going to put a nice yellow box over in the corner. I tend to not use like boxes in my checklist area, like up here at the top. I usually maybe just use a header and then do lines or something like that, or smaller boxes. I should say I don't use big boxes. That's what I should have said. And I'm not going to do that today because I don't like to have the box take up the whole box. I don't mind putting a box in a box, but I don't like the box to take up the entire box. I like some white space. So next week I have a full week, no vacations, no holidays coming up. So let's see here. Thursdays, I've really kind of gotten into the habit of putting my box to span 2 days. I like that because a lot of the activities that I do, that one's a little close to the top, but that's okay. Let's see if I can make it a little straighter. A lot of the activities that I plan, I actually, okay, I tore the sticker, but that's okay. It'll work just fine if I can get it a little bit straighter. Okay, just a little bit straighter. A lot of the activities that I plan, they do kind of span 2 days. Sometimes they just roll over to another day, and so, you know, I'm good with that. Find a smaller yellow up here. Gonna put this one down here. Well, I actually didn't want to do yellow right next to yellow. Usually that doesn't bother me, but I didn't want to do it this time. So anyway, I was saying a lot of the activities I plan, I do tend to roll them over from day to day. So having boxes that span across 2 days works well for me. Always like a checklist wherever I can squeeze in a checklist. Okay, that looks good at the top. And then Sunday, I just want to put something over here. I don't have a lot of colors that I'm working with, so maybe I don't want to bring in this peach. Okay, probably, another pink. I'm gonna use that for wellness activity. Okay, so this looks good for my week. So this gives me space. I use this area up here for a checklist. So this will give me space over here to make a to-do list for the upcoming week. This box will serve as the same. If I have any highlights that I need to focus on during the middle of the week, which is where I typically do that type of stuff, I have some boxes for that, and I have a box dedicated for a wellness activity on Sunday. And then if I have something going on the weekend, which I tend to have a lot of stuff like filming and things like that, I will list that here. So that looks really good. I am going to go ahead and find a quote to put here. Since that book did not have a lot of quotes in them, I do have a book of quotes from Caliber Plan, and I'm just gonna find one, probably maybe something that's colorful. I don't necessarily want to bring in this orange because I don't have orange and I don't have yellow quotes here, so I think I'm just gonna find something else. I like Believe in Your Dreams though. You Can Change the World. I like that one. I'm trying to find something that's kind of a good size for this space, and something that's a little bit motivational. I like this You Are Not Alone. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with You're Not Alone. It's green. It matches. I don't know if I love this. I mean, I love the saying. I don't know if I love it necessarily for my work planner this week, but I'm going to go with it. I will say, for me, work has gotten to be, my 9 to 5 has gotten to be super, super busy. And I am going to have to be very, very, very careful to manage my time and my wellness and my stress during this period. So that's just something that I'm going to have to do. I'm not quite looking forward to it, but that's what I'm going to have to do. Because if I don't do that, somebody else is going to end up managing it for me, and it's not going to go well. So Q3, I'm praying not to be stressed. Okay, so I have 3 markers, highlighters. I have Tumbo 725, a Tumbo 173, and a King Art 105 lemon, and we are just going to use those as my time blocking and color coding. So the 23rd on Monday, is not as busy of a work day as like already know like the week of the 30th is going to be super crazy. So I'm going to take some time this week to get myself together, hopefully. Tuesday, that's my focus time for my work. On Wednesday, I want to do some focus time here. Thursday, we're going to get some focus time done here. And then Friday, the 27th, we will do some focus time. Okay. So that's for my regular job. And then I come in with my PBE, Planning by Eva. Fridays are always big days for me, as far as planning and filming and all those things. Saturday is also usually a big day for me. Okay, and then early on a Sunday. I'm trying not to do work on Sundays. I need that to be a rest and a personal planning day. So hopefully I won't have to use that block, but we will see. Early in the week, let's see. I will be coming back from vacation. So I feel like I'm probably going to have to do some catch up. And so Tuesday afternoon, I am going to put a block here. Just in case I need to do some catch-up filming. So that's how I'm going to leave that. And then for the pink highlighter, I'm going to use that for my well-being. Still a struggle. But I'm going to put some time on here. And then Friday. Okay. Oh, Sunday. I always do some time on Sunday as well in the afternoon. Or I try to do some time on Sunday. I haven't been 100% successful. Just being honest with you. All right, so then the next thing I'm going to do is come in and do my labeling of my time block. So as I label this, I will give you a brief rundown of how I use my time block. I say this a lot in my videos, but if you are new to my channel and this is the first video you've seen, I use the Happy Planner hourly layout. And I mislabeled that. This is not regular. This is PBE. So I'll have to go in and redo that one. So I use the Happy Planner hourly layout. And the way I do it is I identify blocks during my week, during my schedule, that I'm going to focus on specific activities. Right? I don't cover up my entire workday because I don't find that beneficial. Right? Like if you cover up your entire workday, then I don't know. To me, that doesn't feel like I'm actually planning anything. Because when I wake up in the morning, my work day is, I'm going to work 9 to 5 regardless. So unless I'm going to plan it every minute, which I don't do that just because that would drive me crazy. I have to have some flexibility in my schedule. That's after years and years and years of planning, well before I got into decorative planning. I know what works for me as a planner. The decorative planning is really more about being creative and expressing myself and helping with my anxiety and calmness, if I'm being honest with you. But I know what works for me, and I need to have some flexibility in my day as I am planning. So I don't like to plan every minute. So what I do is I think about the times during the week where I have to hyper focus on a certain type of activity. And it could be related to like a deadline that I have at work. For example, in my regular job, I don't have any deadlines for this week. So the blocks that I'm putting for this week are really blocks for me to get caught up because I had a lot of deadlines the week before and I got behind on some of my everyday things. So that's what these blocks are for. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not doing things the other hours at work. It's just these are the times that I know I'm going to be very focused on certain tasks. I'm not going to answer the phone. I'm not going to return emails. I'll return an email after the block is over. Those type of things. And so it's the same for my Planning by Eva stuff. I know that I post on certain days and I film on certain days. So I'm going to set some blocked time for those days. That's how that works. And then same for well-being. So that's how I do my blocked calendar. Now what I'm going to do is come in and just really put in a bunch of these flowers all throughout, because these are florals, so you can kind of put them wherever you have an open space, just to kind of help me balance the spread a little bit. And add a few more decorative pieces. Oh, I do love this little pineapple here. Right, so this is just rounding out. Oh, I love that pineapple. But I don't love it being so close to that floral. So I'm going to put it over here. So this is just kind of rounding out the spread. Use that little scrap right there. I'm not going to use probably a ton of these florals because I just don't need to, but I'm going to use enough to give me the feel that I'm looking for, which is bright and happy and just fun. So I love this pineapple in the corner. I'm using my scraps a lot. And that's one reason why I like to decorate with florals. Your scraps are really easy to use with florals, so you make your stickers last a little bit longer. I really like this space. Maybe an extra quote here, and that probably will be it. So let me get my quote book again, if I can find it. And I'm going to try to find a longer quote this time. Something that you are stronger than you think. That's a little bit too long for that space. But just something to help take up that space a little bit more. I would like to stay green. Let's see. Rest if you must, but do not quit. I like that. I like that because I just talked about how busy it's going to be for the quarter. So I think this is going to be a good reminder. It's not quite green. It's kind of blue, green, teal, but that's okay. It'll work. All right. I like that there. So just a couple more florals. And we're going to call this one a day, guys. I really do. I really enjoy this spread. Maybe something up here. Okay, I like that. So gonna cut the bottom so that it kind of sits right here. There we go. This looks good. I do like it. I think it's good. I think I'm gonna call this one a day. Okay, guys, this is my spread for the week of June 23rd. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really excited to kick off the summer. And so this spread makes me happy. It's very bright. It's very, lots of florals going on here. The tropical feel is amazing. And so it just gets me hyped up and ready for the summer. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great week planning.